If you want to be in the running to win another finals ticket, this time to Geelong v Brisbane for the prelim, all you got to do is simply like the video, subscribe to the channel, and wait until the end to find out how you guys can win. What's up everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'll be going through my preliminary final AFL tips and predictions. As always though, we reviewed last week, which was the semi-final week, and a very poor round of tipping for me. In fact, my worst technically of proper tips. I know they're only the 2 games, but I didn't get a single tip correct. I went with the D's to beat the Lions by 27 points, expecting pretty much everyone else to also tip the D's. They were the heavy favourites coming into this match. It seemed like that was going to be the case until half-time. The D's had the game on their terms, and it seemed to be a pretty cruisy win for the D's. But I don't know what happened after half-time. Fagan must have gave them a pretty big spray to rev them up for the second half because they were totally on fire in the second half. I think they outscored the D's by like 45 points. And just another game where the D's have a fairly big lead, but then just cough it up somehow. The Lions, they just continue their good form. That's 2 wins in a row. They head into the preliminary finals against the Cats. And the second game, which I was at, between the Pies and the Dockers. A game I was expecting it to be a little bit more close. Of course, as you can see, I did tip the Dockers in this one, expecting a bit of an upset. Wasn't to be. The Dockers just weren't really on, were they? The Pies were on from the word go. They applied the pressure. They did everything that they do best, and they honestly probably should have won the game by more. In my opinion, the scoreboard flattered the Dockers. Yeah, I think the Pies definitely should have won that game by more. They controlled the entirety of the game, and they deserved the win. Good win for the Pies, but good season again for the Dockers. You really can't hold them many grudges. They had a very good season this year, that's for sure. Now, as I covered in the last tipping video, there won't be any big calls for this round, or there will be, but no punishments, nothing like that. I know there are still punishments for me to do, and that'll most likely happen during the off-season when I don't have as much to worry about content-wise because of the fact that we've got a couple more weeks to go during the final. So, won't be worrying about that just yet, but we will be worrying about my preliminary finals tips, which I'll be getting into right now. And of course, the first game on the Friday night, we've got the Lions taking on Geelong. The Lions have come off the back of 2 hard-fought upset wins and are set to take on a Cats side who haven't lost since round 9. They found a way against the D's last week to gather momentum and control the game after being down by as much as 28 points to simply overrun the D's and win the game by 13 points. And it would be quite disheartening if you're a D supporter because you won the flag last year and, you know, you'd think securing a home qualifying final to at least win the one game, you know, at least make it to the prelims at the very least, but to not even do that and to bow in straight test is very disappointing. And it's now the 6th time the D's have choked a lead of 22 or more points, and yeah, they're obviously out, and the Lions continue in a shock win, you would say, definitely an upset win. Whereas the Cats, well, of course, they're coming off a breathtaking win in a thriller against the Pies where they managed to scrape past them in a 6-point win. And, you know, in this game, I feel like between these two sides, the Cats have definitely been the better side throughout the year. They should be way too strong for the Lions on paper, but again, you know, I wouldn't write the Lions off completely. Everyone sort of written them off last week. They thought, oh, the D's, easy win, 4 to 5 goal win plus for the D's. Looked like that at half-time, but that, yeah, wasn't the case. You know, obviously the Lions just outran the D's. And it could happen again in this fixture, although I feel like the Cats, if they win first week of the finals, they'll be too hungry not to lose this game, and especially against a Lions side, which I just feel like it doesn't compete with these sides such as the Cats or the Swans this year. Although they won't manage to break their MCG hoodoo, the Lions, on the weekend, so you never know what might occur. There could be another upset. This could be a Bulldogs 2016 or a GWS 2019 where they were expected to lose in the first week of finals but just kept knocking down the hurdles. They've gone through 2 of the 4 hurdles, the Lions, through the prelims, but you know, expectations there, you'd obviously go the Cats. I feel like their forwards will be too much of a headache for the Lions as well. And yeah, I feel like the Lions could carry a bit of momentum on and provide a solid contest, but at the end of the day, I do believe the Cats get up in this one. They're the better side for a reason. I don't see them losing this one, although there is a chance, you never know, but I'm going to be tipping the Cats to win it by 21 points to head into the grand final. And my big call is that the Lions are in front at any stage of the final quarter. The second preliminary final game, we've got Sydney taking on Collingwood at the SCG. This is the second of the 2 qualifying final matchups, and the one that I believe will be more evenly matched. I reckon will be the more anticipated matchup, particularly after finding out that the tickets have already been sold out in the first, like, 10 minutes. Yeah, I mean, it's wild. I think it has to be the highest SCG crowd that they're ever going to get in their history. I think, at the moment, the record attendance at the SCG was when the Swans played the Bombers in 2017 in the elimination final, but I reckon this will break the record. You know, the Pies, they always break records through attendance with all their supporters. Of course, last week the Pies, they were just simply too good for Freo all game. And if it wasn't for poor goal kicking, especially after quarter time, I really do believe that the Pies should have won the game by probably more like 40 to 50 points. But yeah, I know that they sort of dropped off in the pressure, the Pies, and they allowed the Dockers to kick a few late goals when it didn't really mean much at all. And, you know, I said it a bit earlier, I feel like the score definitely flattered the Dockers a little bit there. But regardless, they got the win. It doesn't matter how many points you win by. advance into the preliminary finals, and I feel like the Pies would head into this game with a bit of confidence, but the last time these two sides did face together, the Swans are just way too good, comfortably winning and putting Collingwood's 11-game winning streak to an end. While Sydney, well, they're off the back of an extremely impressive away win against the D's, and they have their eyes on the prize of locking in a grand final spot. And it is the first prelim at the SCG since Plugger kicked that goal after the song. I think it was against the Bombers way back in, I think it was 1996. So it's going to be 26 years since the SCG hosted a preliminary final, very long time ago. Even though the Pies have every chance of winning this game, I do feel like the Swans will be too good, especially at home at the SCG. And with their 8-game winning streak, I feel like you just can't really tip against them here unless you are going for the upset or you're a Pie supporter with a lot of belief in your club. But if you want to go the safe tip, I do believe the Swans are a better side, and at home they should be too good. But regardless, I do believe it'll be a really good game. I think both teams will be up for the challenge, and it'll be a highly contested game of footy. But ultimately, I do see the Swans getting up in this game by 13 points. And as I said before, in a very high-pressure game, I do expect from my big call that the combined tackle count to be 185 plus. So there we go. Those are my tips for the preliminary final weeks. Of course, as last week's tips video, it's going to be a bit shorter because of the 2 games, but I sort of wanted to go through the 2 games here in a little bit more detail. The tips that I went for were Geelong and Sydney, the 2 favourites, the 2 teams that I predicted to play off in the grand final in my finals predictions. So if I get that right, it wouldn't be so bad whatsoever. Of course, we will quickly go over the tipping competition. Yeah, quite a few people got a perfect score of 2. It's not that hard to get a perfect score, though. This week, it was a little bit difficult considering that no one really gave the Lions a chance. 57 of you guys did get a perfect score of 2. And we will quickly have a look at who did the very best. And it was someone called Cav2006 and AF Salia with a perfect score of 2. Extra point, you get 3. And a margin of 0. So very good stuff by those 2. But this is what we're here for more, the total score. And we'll have a look at who's leading at the moment. And it is still Lion Boldo 1 with 175, Nick Dacus Official 174, Docker Army and Buck for Life with 173. I feel like anyone below the 4th place Buck for Life probably doesn't have a chance of winning it because 3 more games to be played out. And then after the grand final, we'll reveal the winners, we'll reveal the top 3. Of course, the top 3 do get prizes. So, yeah, I appreciate everyone who has entered my tipping competition throughout the year. We've had over 1,250 people join it. It's been really good fun. We'll definitely do it again next year. And I might do one for members only. So again, bit of a plug. But if you haven't become a member yet, you can do that right now as well. Now, for another ticket giveaway, we're going to do another one for the preliminary finals. Of course, we can't be doing Sydney Collingwood as it's sold out. But for Geelong v Brisbane, and to be in the running to win the ticket, all you got to do is comment down the first video of mine that you guys have watched. And just like I did last week, I'll chuck up a community post revealing the winner on the Thursday, the day before the game. So I'll pick it at random. Just comment down below to be in the running. First video of mine you watch and sort of how you stumbled across the channel. It honestly could be from this video alone. So yeah, do that if you want to get a ticket to Geelong v Brisbane. But yeah, appreciate everyone for watching the video. I've got plenty of footy content coming your way. The Gold King Challenge will be out next week, so stop asking. It'll be out grand final week. I'm still working on that. It's going to take a while. But yeah, appreciate everyone for watching the video. We'll see you guys soon in my next one.